Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to Business Party Podcast. Another Wednesday and a whole bunch of shit going on, bunch of stuff to talk about and talk shit about.
We all sound so happy to be here today.
Yeah, I know.
Guys, it's just
There's just so much stuff going on.
Yeah,
Like
I've
I
been
started paying attention to stuff again, and I'm like,
Right.
what
Exactly.
is all
Yeah,
of this?
I'm like that. Well, I'm like that. Just because the weather and I've been so tired.
Yeah, I'm not tired.
my internet is probably crapping out because of it. So I downgraded because apparently I was spending too much on the internet. And so I downgraded on the internet a little bit, and now it looks like everybody.
No, you look good. Yeah, everything's fine.
Actually,
so
yours
far.
is better than it has been.
Yeah.
I just can't see you guys.
You can't.
No, you guys keep glitching.
Oh, gotcha.
Which is
But
awesome.
you're coming out great.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Hey.
Oh my god.
Oh, good lord.
Well, we definitely know there's gonna be a main story to talk about that that came out that somehow Steven Crowder got it
411.
first. Yeah. Which I don't know if he said his Mug Club undercover group got it. I don't know how the fuck they obtained it if somebody was friends with whoever what police what was it, Nashville? Yeah. If somebody was friends with somebody in the Nashville police, somehow they got the evidence or whatever. But yeah, we'll show that in a little bit and whatnot. But what the fuck's been up with you guys?
I'm still getting railroaded by the U.S. government.
Of course.
Yeah. So apparently my tax return was available in my funds since March of 2023, but they just were like, we're just going to slow roll this out. And then now that I have to talk to an advocate, to plead for my money,
which is bullshit.
Yeah. They can't, nobody can release it except for the advocate. And my appointment was for November 3rd, which was this past Friday. And it's now the 8th, and I still haven't heard a word from her.
Yeah, but if the
government works great.
Yeah, exactly.
It's a well-oiled machine.
Right. But everyone knows, like, if you would just we're just straight up like, nah, I'll just keep holding off. Like every time they called you, like, nah, don't worry, I'll give it to you at some time. Eventually they'll be at your door with a gun. Like,
oh yeah. Oh, I mean, did you see Sarah Fields? I'm
disappearing.
Did you see Sarah Fields got a knock on her door?
No.
From FBI agents? Oh yeah. Oh yeah, Miss Sarah Fields.
Let's pull that up. Pull it up, Davey.
Pulling it up. So apparently she got knock at her door by a couple of FBI agents. She wasn't going to say anything,
but
and now so the FBI is now going after journalists, for writing stories. Here it goes. Let me see if I take off my internet on my phone, if this runs any faster. Present, share screen, Sarah Fields. I don't know if I can make it any bigger. Zoom.
That's what he said.
She said, "Give me 10 and make it hurt." So I did it 5 times and slapped her in the face. So it says, I've been debating on whether to share about this or not. But because they showed up to my house unannounced again today, I decided to go ahead and let you all know. The FBI showed up to my door unannounced on October 17th. I was not home, and I wouldn't share the whole video for the sake of protecting others in my home. They called me later on in that day and wanted to arrange a meeting in private at our local office. They wanted to speak with me about certain stories I have reported on with special interest regarding anything war or border related. And the only conclusion I can come to is that they would like access to my sources. They also told me that they were uncomfortable speaking about these topics on the phone. I did not meet with them. I do not and will not share sources, especially when they have requested to remain anonymous. I thought that was freedom of the press.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
We're supposed to have it.
That's weird.
Such is the right of a journalist in the United States of America. I understand that the FBI has a few good guys spread throughout their agency. However, it is impossible to know who is a good guy and who is corrupt. The FBI is corrupted beyond repair, and you will never see me cooperate with them. Right now, they're acting like a desperate guy who got turned down and is now turned stalker. If the FBI is reading this, kindly stick it. So yeah,
That's
so they
fucked
just
up.
showed up at her door. And here's a couple of phone calls that she got from the FBI.
Damn.
Well,
For
that kind of
reporting.
coincides. Yeah, well, that kind of coincides with what Jim Jordan was talking about. Oh, goodness sakes. The other day, yesterday, and on Monday. Can someone pull it up? My computer's being stupid.
Yeah, hold on 1 second.
Jim Jordan.
Yeah.
Is it on those notes?
Yeah, I got it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is the LMPD arrested man at polling location?
No, it's Jim Jordan. No, hold on. I think I got it.
I got it. Bombshell report on the censorship industrial complex. Hundreds of secret reports show how DHS, Gov, and CISA, the GEC, Stanford, and others work together in censoring Americans before the 2020 election, including the true information, jokes, and opinions.
Yeah, so here
What up,
is
Rich?
an article that coincides with it. So it says the federal government had a major academic partner in its censorship regime. Now, this is basically what the statement was from Jim Jordan, but it was talking about how in 2016 everyone was like, oh, Russian interference and disinformation. So then the federal government decided to enter the Election Integrity Partnership, which was a consortium of disinformation academics led by Stanford University's Stanford Internet Observatory that worked directly with the Department of Homeland Security and the Global Engagement Center, a multi-agency entity housed within the State Department to monitor and censor Americans' online speech in advance of the 2020 presidential election. It was created in the summer of 2020 at the request of the Cybersecurity Infrastructure Security Agency. The EIP provided a way for the federal government to launder its censorship activities in hopes of bypassing both the First Amendment and public scrutiny. Now, it goes down.
That's fucked up.
Yeah, these are Jim Jordan's tweets talking about it. And then there's a list of some of the people he said who was targeted, Americans of all political stripes, but especially conservatives. First one is at Real Donald Trump. And then Tom Tillis, Newt Gingrich, Mike Huckabee, Marjorie Taylor Greene, Sean Hannity, Molly. Is it Molly Hemingway? Yeah, just a bunch of people.
Yeah.
They even got like
Molly
Hemingway. Yeah, Molly. Yeah. So, and it says what speech was targeted for censorship, true information, jokes, political opinions, and it gives some examples of it. So,
memes, probably.
Yeah.
That meme is offensive.
But then it goes on and talks about how the Biden administration was ordered to cease contact with big tech companies after a lawsuit was filed by the Missouri Attorney General Eric Schmidt, and it's the Missouri and Louisiana, I think, versus Biden. Now that case is going actually to the Supreme Court. So, yeah.
But yeah,
So
I
we'll see
mean,
what happens
they
there.
were. Tim Pool was talking about it today or yesterday. Is that everybody was Remember, Hunter Biden's laptop was Russian disinformation, Russian disinformation.
Yeah.
And
Russia,
then the
Russia,
same
Russia.
people are now are now mad that the manifesto for the Nashville shooter is out. And the same
Yeah,
people are telling
of
you
course.
that no, that's not. You watch what you're reading. It's propaganda. It's Trump hate. It's QAnon. Like, dude, how are we gonna believe you guys?
Right.
You told us that
Yeah.
that Hunter Biden's laptop was fake, but you were investigating for 4 years, and then you got the
Right.
FBI and all them. There's 49 people on the FBI who said that this is Russian disinformation. Those same motherfuckers are the ones who are now telling us that
It was 42
that all this shit
people
is
from
is
all the
fake.
intelligence agencies, not just the FBI, like across the
All of them.
intelligence agencies.
Right.
Insane.
They should be called the
Which the
dipshit agencies
FBI
because there's no fucking intelligence.
Well, here's the thing: the FBI should not be an intelligence agency. That's not what they're supposed to be. They're just
No.
supposed to be federal police. That's it. And
Yeah.
instead, they became an intelligence agency. So that's fucked up. That's one reason why we keep saying they need to be either just completely abolished or revamped or whatever. But I'd rather them be abolished, to be honest.
You want to hear another thing that's fucked up? I'm going to go quickly, real quick. So, Thomas Massey posted this today. He said the federal government has mandated that all vehicles sold after 2026 must have a kill switch that can disable your vehicle based on your driving performance. And he says his amendment to defund that unconstitutional mandate failed.
Fucked up.
It failed. So,
who the fuck voted for these people? Who voted for these things?
Right. How are they gonna do that? Put a fucking kill switch in. Wow.
So I'll have to find it. So I'll have to find this video because he put it out there and I was watching it and I was like, you've got to be fucking shitting me.
I'm gonna buy a fucking old muscle car and just fix it myself, keep it off. No fucking computer shit in it at all whatsoever. That's the EMP proof car too. Whenever you have shit like that.
Yeah. Well, and so here we go. I'll just pull up part of his Twitter. So in this thing, it says
control mechanism.
They did it under the guise of drunk driving.
Oh, of course.
Okay?
Yeah.
So it says advanced drunk and impaired driving prevention technology. The term advanced drunk and impaired driving prevention technology means a system that can passively monitor the performance of a driver of a motor vehicle to accurately identify whether that driver may be impaired and prevent or limit motor vehicle operation if an impairment is detected.
That's fucked up.
Yeah.
I mean, I agree if they're over fucking 75.
Well, it can passively and accurately detect whether the blood alcohol concentration of the driver of a motor vehicle is equal to or greater than the blood alcohol concentration described in section 163A of Title 23, blah, blah, blah.
Hold on, wait a minute.
How are you supposed to blow your steering wheel?
Yeah, are they putting a breathalyzer in your car?
I don't know. Yeah. So
that's great. You're just gonna you're gonna be driving down the fucking freeway like this.
I know.
Oh no, I know.
Is that what
I know that. I know they already have that, but I'm saying, are they putting it into every car?
Yes, any car that's made after 2026. Yeah. So here, I kind of wanted to play a little bit of this video because you have to hear Debbie Wasserman myself talk after him.
I have one of those fucking
this poor clerk lady.
I have one of those like little electric blower fans for a computer I can use for a breathalyzer thing for the car. Just
it's
This poor clerk.
60, printed in Part B.
This poor clerk. She always has to
House report number
read these stupid ass things, and I feel so bad for her. Like she's got to be in her head just reading these things. Like these fucking people are just fucking dumb. What the fuck is wrong
I
with these
know.
people?
So here's a little bit of Thomas.
Resolution
Massey.
838, the gentleman from Kentucky, Mr. Massey, and a member opposed. Each will control 5 minutes. The chair recognizes the gentleman from Kentucky.
Mr. Chair, I rise in support of my amendment, which states none of the funds made available by this act may be used to implement Section 24220 of the Infrastructure Investment and Jobs Act. My amendment is simple. It will defund the federal mandate that requires all new vehicles after 2026 be equipped with a kill switch that can disable a vehicle if the vehicle has monitored the driver's performance and that the vehicle determines that the driver is not performing well. It's so incredible that I have to offer this amendment. It almost sounds like the domain of science fiction, dystopian science fiction, that the federal government would put a kill switch in vehicles that would be the judge, the jury, and the executioner on such a fundamental right as the right to travel freely. But here we are. It is federal law that this is mandated. And so I am offering this amendment to defund this mandate. And with that, I reserve the balance of my time.
Gentleman
Yeah.
reserved.
Okay, so then this bitch comes up. Where are the Awan brothers, bitch? Why did you have to lose your seat at the DNC? Huh? No one talks about that
Yeah,
anymore.
I can see it.
Whatever.
I can see it maybe being in only EVs. They would try to find a way to put them in gas vehicles too.
No,
I think, but
it
yeah.
will be in
Every
in
car.
every vehicle manufactured after
Oop.
2026.
Mhm.
So
Thank you.
The gentlewoman is recognized.
Thank you very much. Lobbying in mid-sentence. I
weird.
rise in opposition to this amendment. Let me be clear. The act that the gentleman is trying to defund does not require auto manufacturers to install kill switches. It does not do that. Passive drunk driving technology is a vital tool in safeguarding our loved ones and other innocent people on our roads. This new technology offers a lifeline of hope to not only save lives, but to prevent the lifelong emotional toll and gargantuan costs these accidents inflict.
so then what is it?
Right. I mean, that's what I'm
Stop
saying.
doing
Like,
the emotional shit. Then what is it?
exactly. That's all they do is they go off emotional stuff because she was like,
Right.
it's not. What did she say at the beginning? It's not.
It's not a kill switch. It's just this technology,
Yeah.
you see, because it'll just
That
tell
allows
whether or
us-
not you're impaired.
It's
It'll
fucking
tell us-
ridiculous.
And we'll be able to shut the power to your vehicle. It's not a kill switch. It doesn't kill your car.
No.
Like, their
no.
answers are
Listen,
never-
it's
Power now.
it's for your
Yeah.
safety so that
Yeah.
no one
Yeah.
no one will ever have to feel that pain of being a victim
Like all
of this
those,
fucking government.
it's especially the Democrats, but it's all politicians. Like whenever they don't want to answer something, they just
Yeah.
they say that they're trying to answer, but they give this like a answer off emotion and other shit, like this
Mhm.
big word salad shit. It's so annoying. They never answer shit.
You
They
want
never
your
get
kids
the
to
point.
die? Do you
Yeah,
want dead
basically.
kids? Do
Yes.
you like dead kids?
Kind
Are
of.
you okay with dead
Well,
kids?
apparently you guys
when the
do
fuck did I
because
say?
a lot of Democrats voted to kill babies at 9 months in
Right.
fucking Ohio. So
Yep.
I'm just saying. I was very upset about that today. I'm not gonna lie. But I wanted to play his response because he's like, you're joking, right? So hold on. Let's see. Can we get there? Internet, please work because it doesn't like to work.
Come
I'm doing
on,
stuff.
computer. What the fuck? Nope.
Nope.
Sorry, I talked
But-
about the IRS.
right.
My bad, guys.
I know, man. I told Todd, take the day off. Stop.
Right.
I got nothing going on.
Well, yeah,
Donovan, I
but
told you.
what did he say? It failed. Like it did. So it's they're still going to be passing this bill.
Yes,
Mhm.
yes. It's
Okay.
failed. It's in infrastructure bill, shit like that. Like,
Fucking stupid. That is not infrastructure.
no. And see, the thing because I'm gonna just pause it, let it think for a minute, and I'll come back to it once it starts working. But a lot of these things that are being like passed and put in, and it's all under the guise of safety. Like, we're from the government, we're here to save you, we're gonna save you, make sure that you are in bubble wrap. Nothing
Right.
bad can ever happen. And if it does happen, it's the Republicans' fault because they voted no.
Mhm.
Like, that's the game.
They're the
that they
baddies
play.
because
Exactly.
they don't
yeah.
want your kids to be safe. They let your kids play with guns. So
Mhm.
Right.
they're the ones who are the bad guys. They want you. If you're raped, they think that you should be able to keep you. You should have to be able to kill that child. It's their fault. It's like, why do we have to take it to fucking those extremes? Like, Jesus, guys, can't we have a fucking happy medium somewhere? But no, it's all fear mongering. It's all fear mongering.
Yep.
The whole thing. And it's getting really fucking tiring, man. It's getting really fucking. I'm getting black pilled again. It's getting really fucking tiring because they just they do whatever they want. No accountability. Nobody does a fucking thing about it because we just sit
You
here and
wanna
we just
talk
go,
about,
"Hey guys, look what the government's doing to us."
Let's try to find a happy medium. Motorist shoots dead 2 environmental protesters blocking a road. Driver caught in traffic gets out of his car and guns down demonstrators when they refuse to move in Panama. God damn. That's pretty
I'm-
pretty intense, man.
I'm all about, like, sure,
Well-
protests, but the ones where the people are in the middle of the road is the one that just
Yeah.
gets me the most because it's a safety hazard for other people, and it's like they're holding others hostage.
Oh, hold on. Yeah.
They're holding every normal everyday people who just want to go to fucking work. They're holding people up, which is contrary to this headline where flag waving Jewish man 69 who fell and died after altercation from pro-Palestine protester as cops investigated possible hate. The man was fucking murdered.
What?
He was
Yeah.
murdered. Yeah, the guy murdered him, and he who
Jeez.
fell. Who he just happened to fall. No,
He
the
wasn't
fucking
pushed or
pro-Palestinian
anything.
guy. Yeah, murdered him. But let's not worry about any of that shit. The wording. This is why news headlines are fucking garbage, and you should read the article because it's just all fucking. If you just read this, you just go, "Whoa, it was an accident." No, the guy intentionally fucking pushed him and tried to hurt him and killed him. He fucking
Mhm.
killed him.
And that wasn't even the worst part, is that after the guy was pretty much well, not pretty much, like literally dying in the ambulance to get to the hospital,
Mhm.
they were all like rejoicing and like praising themselves for like hurting that dude.
It's because they're pieces of
Insane.
shit.
Oh,
Yeah.
But hun, I have the rest of the video, if you don't mind me putting it on, because
Yeah.
I think it's important. All right, so here's the end of what she's saying. It simply requires passive technology.
It simply requires passive technology to help us prevent drunk driving. In the name of the 406 people that were killed by a drunk driver in my own state of Florida last year alone, I urge my colleagues to vote no on this amendment. Let's take steps to reduce deaths due to drunk driving, not increase them. Thank you. I yield back the balance of my time.
Gentleman reserves. Gentleman from Kentucky is recognized.
Drunk driving is a serious problem. That's why 31 states already have a law to implement interlock ignition technology, where if you've been convicted of a DUI, that you have to pass this test in order to operate your vehicle. But this federal law that I seek to defund goes far beyond that, and I regret that I have to spend some of my time reading the law to the other side of the aisle, but I will do that. This law that was passed in a 1,000-page bill 2 years ago requires that automobiles can passively monitor the performance of a driver, not the blood alcohol content, but the performance of a driver of a motor vehicle, to accurately identify whether that driver may be impaired, not drunk. It says impaired, and prevent or limit motor vehicle operation. That's a kill switch. Now, the question
Yep.
is, how much time do you have once your dashboard tells you that it doesn't approve of your driving? What if you're a single mother and you're out in bad weather and you're trying to avoid some obstacles, ice perhaps, and you've swerved 3 times and your dashboard says, swerve 1 more time and you're going to be put over to the side of the road, that you'll have 100 yards to park this vehicle in the middle of nowhere with your children in the back seat. This isn't some fantastical scenario. This is what will happen if this is implemented. And this is the law. I have read it to you here. Now, you maybe should have read it 2 years ago when you all voted for it on that side of the aisle, but it wasn't a bill that was 1,039 pages long.
Yeah. So you can find this. It's on Thomas Massey's Twitter page. You can find it a little ways down, but if you want to watch the rest of it. It's literally like the Minority Report.
Right. Yeah.
It's 1,039 fucking pages. Why?
That's
Oh, yeah.
fucking
Why?
ridiculous.
Yeah.
Why? What else is in there? What could possibly be in
Right.
there that it needs to be 1,039 fucking pages? It's just it's maddening, man. And the shit that's going on is
I've
who-
been a
once
little
again, who
red
fucking
pill
voted
today
for it?
myself.
who
Yeah.
voted for this? Who asked these people? Who asked for this? Who said, "Hey, you know what we need? Kill switches in cars." It's a fucking great idea. I mean, and then in the Democrats,
Yeah.
it's all like it. They'll tell you the Republicans tell you it's a kill switch. The Democrats, the Republicans will tell you that's a door, and the Democrats will tell you, well, no, that's actually like a portal
Yes.
Yeah.
that
All
has
bills should
hinges
be 500 or less.
and swings open. Yeah, 500 words or less. That swings open and has knobs on it, so you can push down handles and push your way through. That's a fucking
And
door,
we do
right?
it for, but,
No, it's a portal.
but we do it for your safety. It's for your safety.
Yes.
So
It's fucking.
well, it's
yeah.
funny because Thomas Massey was saying it's a passive thing, it will passively gauge this, that, or what have you.
Mhm.
And Debbie Wasserman was like, no, it's passive technology. Like,
Yeah, bitch.
but I mean, his amendment. I mean, like it didn't pass. Like
Yeah,
they're
I
still
know.
gonna fund it. So, and my whole thing is, so how is it that they can does it have to go to the Senate to be fully passed for something like that, to mandate that?
Yeah,
for
I would think so.
manufacturers?
I would think so. Especially if they're going to try to do it nationally or federally.
Yeah, I'd
Oh,
rather have
yeah.
dangerous freedoms instead of peaceful slavery. Amen.
Mm-hmm.
Amen.
Fuck yeah.
Well, hold on a second. Apparently, fucking Vivek just destroyed Ronna McDaniel.
We could throw those on. I mean,
Oh, he did. All right. Well, yeah, I have Trump up on one side, and then I've got the debates on. I don't know what the hell's going on, but go ahead.
Let me turn to you. Please make your case. Why should you be the nominee and not the former president?
I should probably.
I think there's
put that
something
on,
deeper
or
going on in
Jackie.
the Republican Party here. And I am upset about what happened last night. We've become a party of losers at the end of the day. It was a cancer to the
Losers.
Republican establishment.
Yeah,
Let's speak the
yours
truth.
is pretty
I mean, since
glitchy.
Ronna McDaniel took over as chairwoman of the RNC in 2017,
Mine?
we have lost
Yeah.
2018, 2020, 2022, no red
I'll
wave.
grab it. Or Jackie, either way.
Oh.
I'll pull up YouTube.
Is it on? Did you find it on Twitter? Well, no. I mean, I
Yeah.
think what he's saying is because everyone's like, oh well, Trump endorsed Ronna McDaniel instead of Hermeet Dillon and oh, here we go. I got it.
Okay.
I
I-
got it. All right.
Going on in the Republican Party here. And I am upset about what happened last night. We've become a party of losers at the end of the day. It was a cancer to the Republican establishment. Let's speak the truth. I mean, since Ronna McDaniel took over as chairwoman of the RNC in 2017, we have lost 2018, 2020, 2022, no red wave that never came. We got trounced last night in 2023. And I think that we have to have accountability in our party. For that matter, Ron, if you want to come on stage tonight, you want to look the GOP voters in the eye and tell them you resign, I will yield my time to you. And frankly, look, the people there cheering for losing in the Republican Party. Think about who's moderating this debate. This should be Tucker Carlson, Joe Rogan, and Elon Musk. We'd have 10 times the viewership, asking questions that GOP primary voters actually care about and bringing more people into our party.
He's not wrong.
Kristen Welker here. Do you think the Democrats would actually hire Greg Gutfeld to host a Democratic debate? They wouldn't do it. And so the fact of the matter is, I mean, Kristen, I'm going to use this time because this is actually about you in the media and the corrupt media establishment. Ask you, the Trump-Russia collusion hoax that you pushed on this network for years, was that real or was that Hillary Clinton made up disinformation? Answer the question. Go.
Mr. Ross.
Sorry.
That's what I like.
Answer that.
Smile, bitch.
Because this media rigged the 2016 election. They rigged the 2020 election with the Hunter Biden laptop story.
Mr. Ramaswamy,
and they're going to rig this election.
Your time is up.
Accountability.
Let me turn to
That's
Governor
how
Christie. Why you?
Fuck yeah. That was actually
Yeah.
pretty dope.
Yeah.
Oh, hold
No,
on,
it needed to be said.
And she didn't answer.
I'm-
She just sat there and fucking smiled.
Yeah, her shit-eating grin.
It needed to be said. What were you saying, MJ?
Nothing.
yeah, I
What?
found the debate live. It's on.
Yep. Yeah, I don't understand. Yeah, I was upset when they re-elected Ronna McDaniel. I heard a lot about Hermeet Dillon. She sounds freaking amazing. Her plan for what she wanted to do with the Republican Party, what she wanted to do with the RNC was amazing. Instead of having it centralized, have it all out across the
We all
nation.
remember
I
what
hate
that
this chick.
thug
She's so
did
annoying.
when he invaded Ukraine. We all know that 500,000 people have died because of Putin. And here is a freedom-loving, pro-American country that is fighting for its survival and its democracy. No, I don't think we should give them cash. I think we should give them the equipment and the ammunition to win. And I'll tell you, if Biden had done it when they first asked for it, this war would be over. But let's also remember this.
They're losing.
When you left
Right.
Afghanistan in shambles and left them with a ton of weapons and money, it's not that we left, it's how we left. When you look at Ukraine, don't think for a
Yeah,
second.
she is-
Now everybody
she is a
wants to move away
psychopath.
from Ukraine. They'll want to move away from Israel a year from now. America can never be so arrogant to think we don't need friends. After 9/11, we needed a lot of friends. Now is the time to get partnerships. This
need
unholy
fucking anybody.
alliance between Russia, Ukraine, and China is real. There is a reason the Taiwanese want us
Donald
to
Trump
support
don't trust
Ukrainians.
China. China
It's
is
because they know
asshole.
that China's coming after them next. There is a reason Ukrainians want us to support Israelis, because they know that if Iran wins, Russia wins.
Ambassador.
We have to see the combination of the three.
Ambassador, thank you. Governor Christie, what is your take? And how long should Americans be expected to help fund
His
the
take
war in
is
Ukraine?
everyone's
Kristen,
suffering.
let's remember the last time that we turned our back on a shooting war in Europe. It bought us just a couple of years. And then 500,000 Americans were killed in Europe to defeat Hitler. This is not a choice. This is the price we pay for being the leaders of the free world. And the fact is,
We're
this
not the leaders of the
alliance
free world.
is not just with Russia and China. Governor Haley knows this. Iran is in the middle of this as well, and so is North Korea. And they are all working to support Russia right now. And the reason they're doing it is because dictators work together. People who believe in democracy work together.
And they're
We
doing it
must
all with
stand
our
all
fucking
of
money.
those that are standing up for democracy
Yeah.
and freedom in this world. And by the way, let's remind everybody of this. In 1992, this country made a promise to Ukraine. We said
Cares.
if you return nuclear missiles that were part of the old Soviet Union to Russia and they invade you, we will protect you.
Oh,
An
fuck off.
American promise that's 31 years old is no different than an American promise that's made tonight on this stage. We need to stand by it. And those of us who
2022, a woman made a
forget
promise to
history
me and
are
she fucking
doomed to
lied.
repeat
Fuck
it.
that shit.
And
I'd like to respond.
and
Be like,
the
okay, Chris
absolute-
Christie,
the
what about the
absolute
Azov battalion
giving
full of
in to
Nazis?
dictators, which is
Should we
being
support them
suggested on
too?
this stage, just shows the immaturity of the approach.
I'd like to
Governor
respond.
Christie,
to that.
thank you. Governor DeSantis, I'd like you to weigh in on this idea. Are you concerned that this could become a wider war if Putin is not stopped now?
Well, any suggestion by Zelensky or anyone else that we're going to eventually have U.S. troops there, I can tell the American people when I'm president that will not
If we
happen.
don't
Like,
do
he
the 2
looks
weeks
fake.
to slow
Your
the
sons
curve,
and daughters to Ukraine.
he does.
I am
If
gonna
we don't do
send
the
troops
2 weeks
our
to slow the
southern
curve,
border. If you look
then
at the threats
millions
that
of
we
people will
face,
die.
Terrorists have come in through our southern border. I'm going to shut it
Oh,
down.
yeah, 2 years,
I'm going
3
to have
years.
the military, and I'm going to deport the people who've come, particularly under Biden, who've come from the Middle East, come from all these places. Now, Biden wants $105 billion. 60, most of that's Ukraine, including some of it going to pay pensions for bureaucrats and salaries. That is a totally ridiculous use of American tax dollars. He says he has money for border to try to do, and the media repeat that. When you look at it, what most of the money is money to process more illegal aliens into this country. How is that solving the problem? That's making the problem worse. And what does he do for the Indo-Pacific? A pittance. That is the top threat that we face. We need to bring this war to an end. We need the Europeans to step up and do their fair share. And we need to get serious about the top threat that this country faces, which is the
I
Chinese
wonder if any of
Communist
them
Party.
have talked about.
If I may
Thank you,
respond
Governor.
to the Ukraine
Hugh.
question.
In fact, we
About
are going to
brick?
go from the hot wars in
Yeah.
Ukraine and
Probably not.
Gaza and Israel to what many people are calling the new Cold War with China. And I remind the audience that it's important for our visitors at home to be able to hear you, and especially for the people in Beijing to hear you. Many Republicans believe that the Chinese
Why?
Communist Party and General Secretary
Yeah.
Xi is
Yeah,
an
what the
existential
fuck?
threat to the United States. The
He is.
If his
flashpoint
nose
is
was any
Taiwan.
smaller, he'd look like
For
Voldemort.
decades and
Crying
decades,
out
the
loud.
American military, but primarily the United States Navy, has deterred
I'm
an
telling
attack
you,
from
he can
China
pull off
to the
Voldemort.
island state of Taiwan. But Ronald Reagan's Navy of
That long
600
face.
ships is gone. Now, the question to you is, and I'll start with you, Ambassador Haley, because you were in President Trump's
Feeling spicy.
cabinet. His goal was a 355 ship Navy. That's what he pushed for. He got to 300. It's now at 291. Is that big enough to deter
She looks
and,
like
if
the
necessary,
lady from
defeat an
my
invasion
big
of
fat
Taiwan?
Greek wedding.
China has the largest naval fleet in the world. They have 350 ships.
Mm.
They'll have 400 ships in
Here's
2
my
years.
nephew,
We won't even
Anita,
have
Diana,
350
Nick.
ships in 2 decades.
My cousin
China
Nick.
has built
Nick,
up their
Nick.
military. It's not just land, air, and sea. They're doing cyber. They're doing artificial intelligence. They're doing space. America needs to modernize
And they're
our
buying up
military.
American land.
We need to do everything we can. The first thing is
And
you
all
go
of
and you make
Africa.
sure you have the backs of Ukraine. That's why
told
the
you Africa was
Taiwanese
coming
want
up.
us to support
Told you
Ukraine
guys.
I
because they
told
know
you
that
guys,
sends the biggest
Africa.
message to
Yes.
China. The second thing is we go to
Africa,
China and we start being
Africa,
tough on them.
Africa.
No more sales of our American soil to China, and let's take back what they've already stolen. Then you go and to the universities. No more having millions
bullion?
of dollars go to our universities. Then we will go and end all formal trade relations with China until they stop murdering Americans from fentanyl, something Ron is yet to say that he's going to do. And then we modernize our military. When we strengthen our military, when we
How are you
modernize it
going to
with the focus
modernize
of
your
cyber,
military?
artificial
Let's go
intelligence,
to
and
Boston
space, when we
Dynamics.
make sure
We're
that we
going to
have
put the
the
robot
backs of
chip
our
in
friends,
all
whether
of our
it's
military.
in Israel, whether it's in Ukraine, and we should be arming Taiwan. Make sure they have the equipment they need. Make sure they have the training they need.
Are we
now.
gonna
There's
arm the
nothing
entire
China
fucking
fears
world?
more
Is
than
that what we're
knowing
here
America
for?
will have Taiwan's back. Let's make sure that we show it by making sure they have the equipment they need.
Governor DeSantis, my question is specifically about the
Australia
Navy.
just tied
It's at
up their
291.
beef
It's
with
going to go
China,
down
so
perhaps
our
as low as
cannon fodder is
280. Is
going
it enough?
for
And what
that
would you
work.
build if you were going to build more?
Not enough. We have to have the ability to back up a strategy of denial of President Xi's ambitions. And if China is able to be the world's leading superpower, that will affect you and your family in ways that are going to be very bad. They will export authoritarianism all around the world as the cost of doing business. They will impose things like social credit scores and internet monitoring.
Oh.
So this
Or-
is to this generation what the Soviet Union was to the post-World War II generation. I've already released a plan.
Gotcha,
We're gonna get
okay.
to 355 ships at the end of the first term, 385
Oh, so
ships at the end of
China-
the second term. But we're
China
gonna have
doesn't
a
want to
path
fuck anymore.
to 600 ships over the next 20 years. I think the future of freedom is going to be determined in the Indo-Pacific. We have a strategy not with not just military, but decoupling from the economy and fighting them here at home with their cultural. You know, Ambassador Haley said somehow I wasn't doing She welcomed them into South Carolina, gave them land near a military base, wrote the Chinese ambassador a love letter saying what a great friend they were.
That
was
is true.
like their number
Who
one
was
way
it
to
came
do
out that
development.
said all these
Florida,
governors
I banned
and
China
people
from buying land
throughout
in
the
this
United
state,
States
and
have
we
been
kicked
very,
out
very
all their
cozy with
universities,
China and Chinese diplomats. You remember that? Someone had come out.
Sarah Huckabee Sanders.
No. It wasn't. No. Fuck. Someone knows what I'm talking about, right?
I think I can't remember. Well, I know I've heard it a few times before, but
institutes out
Matt
of our
Villain
universities.
says
We've
Australia is
recognized
ramping
the
up
threat,
trade and
we've
digging
acted
permits
swiftly
to China.
and decisively.
Senator Scott, you've been in the Congress since 2011. Defense spending has fallen
That's kind of
time.
stinky.
Where are we going to get the money, and what would you build, and what kind of ships to deter China from attacking Taiwan?
Well, two major problems with the question. Number one, we do not have currently a defense industrial bank to allow us to have the kind of production that we need in order to keep America safe. Frankly, if we are not prepared to fight and engage in 3 continents at the same time, think about where we are today. In the Middle East, we are in the midst of trying to back our strongest ally. In Eastern Europe,
They have space lasers.
Weaponry,
right?
military. The Indo-Pacific.
Can you pause it real quick? I just need to say this real quick. When it comes to like us backing Israel, like I could say like, okay, if you want to say it verbally instead of giving them stuff, they have a very robust military and a system. They have the Iron Dome, and we just reported on it a few weeks ago about how they're going to be the first military, the first country to have their border protected by freaking laser beams.
Freaking laser beams, man.
Attached to their freaking heads. Like,
I still can't believe Marjorie Taylor Greene was pretty much right.
Yeah. Well, yeah. I don't know. She was, yeah. But like, but there was a military article out there literally saying that they're going to be the first country to secure their border with freaking laser beams.
Yeah, we just voted to give them another $14.3 billion.
Jeez.
Yeah.
Right.
Because,
the long-term threat
we just made out of
is
money.
China. Immediate threat is our southern border. In order for us to have the military to fight 3 different continents at the exact same time, we are going to have to invest heavily in our military, but we're also going to have to invest heavily in an industrial base so that we can hit our objectives.
$800 billion a year isn't heavily invested.
Ships, also
right
with our planes. We are so old.
How much fucking more money do they need?
In order for us to recalibrate, we're going to have.
Man, you want to talk about that? I'm going to go ahead and bring up something real quick. Oh, man. Yeah, let's stop this share. Let's, where did I have this? Let me.
But I mean, I don't fucking understand. We don't have money for the homeless. We don't have money to pay for kids to go to school. We don't have money for universal health care. We don't have money for fucking to give people back their taxes because they said we lost in 2021. We lost $658 billion in revenue because of people not going to work and claiming exempt on their taxes because they didn't fucking work. So we lost that money. Yet we are just fucking giving countries money hand over fist because we could just print more money. Print more money.
Right. Well, I agree with the people doing whatever they got to do, but fuck giving money to other countries. We just shouldn't be doing that.
Yeah. Well, I really don't fucking understand. Where did the $200 billion go?
I know, right? Yeah, I want to show this video. I kind of want to wait for Jackie to get here first if she... I don't know what she's doing, but we can...
This the one where he's asking for more?
Yeah, you seen this shit? This shit is fucking...
Yeah.
Oh my God, this guy.
There is the question through society of United States about military and about something else. Okay, let's co-produce it. It will be win-win. The third one, if you can't give us some financial support, okay, please give us a credit and we will give you back money after the war.
We will give you
and
back money.
We can buy some ammunition. we will buy, we will defend our jobs, we will have taxes.
We
and
gave you
will
200 fucking $billion.
Right?
just allowed us, and that's it.
Where the
Wars
fuck
are
did it go?
expensive nowadays.
I don't fucking get it. It's so ridiculous. Yeah, I got these
200
cheeseburgers, man. Oh man. I can't believe
Where
it.
the
Like he's
fuck?
literally sitting there scratching, like, come on, give me credit, dog. I need we need more shit. And I'm sorry that
If
like
you can't
it's
give us
funny,
more
it's
money,
like,
then give us credit.
well, people are gonna be like,
That's
oh,
like
you're
being
laughing
200.
because they
That's like
might
being.
well, people are gonna be saying, oh, it's insensitive, you guys, because he like wants to keep his country. Like, no, I don't think it's about trying to keep his country. Like he just wants more money for shit. Like, if Russia really Russia could have blew that place to all high hell. So it's like there's something we're not totally being told about this war. So it's yeah,
Yeah.
because we're funding their whole government and shit. That's why they want more.
No. Why is it that, like during the 20 years of the Iraq war and stuff like that, you could get video of things going on every now and then, footage on the ground. But with this,
Mm-hmm.
it's nothing. Once we found out that the Nazis were on the Ukraine side, everyone shut that shit down real quick.
Right.
The Azov battalion.
That's like winning the lotto. It's like winning the lotto, spending the all that money, and then going, "Hey, you think you can loan me like $200,000? Because I'm broke now." No, motherfucker,
Right.
you just spent all that lottery money.
The best part is we were telling them to sit down with Russia, and they're like, "What the fuck? You think Russia is gonna stop now?" Yeah, Putin ain't trying to stop. He's gonna try to complete whatever the
Putin
fuck plan he has going.
They would have sat down
They
at the
offered
table and
3
talked about this
times.
when it first freaking started. Yes. And then you had the
They
freaking
did.
Moppy boy from the UK go over there and stop that shit real quick.
Boris Johnson.
Right.
Boris Johnson.
Yeah.
I call him floppy.
Boris
Boris Johnson
Johnson.
went over there and was just yeah, he went over there and he was like, no. And they were like, Putin offered 3 times to end the war, and they told him no. Why? Fucking why? Because they wanted
They
this.
wanted it to
because it's a
happen.
money laundering scheme. Yeah,
Right.
it's a money laundering scheme.
Well,
That's all it is.
I mean, it's honestly, it's so fun. You can see it once you can actually open your eyes to like see the shit that's going on. It's like, yeah, no shit, this is happening. Because what's happening in Ukraine and Russia
What's
is
happening
like
is
it's just yeah. it's not getting the results that they wanted, as in the sense of it wasn't getting as much civilian support anymore as it had previously. So as it starts to dwindle and people start asking, where is all this money going to? What happens? October 7th fucking happens in Israel. And now everyone's like, give the money over to the Middle East.
Now let's
And-
put money over here.
Yeah. Like we'll give some to Israel. We'll give some to Palestine. Hey, let's try to get in a fight with Iran now. And like maybe people will be up against that. Let's just try that. Hey, let's put up this narrative that there's going to be all these terrorists that are coming over our southern border now, which they
Right.
probably are. But let's just piss more people off and try to fear monger our way into another war so we can make our friends more money because we kind of screwed the pooch when
Wow.
it came to Ukraine.
Mm-hmm.
While we pass bills that'll put fucking breathalyzers in your car with nothing, with no reason.
Right.
Ooh, did you guys see
Because
that video
nobody
that I
heard of
sent
that.
y'all on Twitter? No, I saw that and I was like, I had to show you guys it.
Which video?
Yeah,
But-
nobody's
Uh,
talking about that.
No, and how did you guys watch the video that I sent you? I DM'd you on Twitter about the homeless encampments, the homeless
Yes.
Oh,
bungalows.
yeah. Mm-hmm.
It just makes me think about that. Like they just want us dead.
Yeah. Oh yeah. They want to lower population.
I feel like, hon, can we put a link to that in the chat so people can watch it on their own time?
Yep. Let me grab it.
Because it's it's like what, a 5-minute video or something like that.
Yeah, it's like 6 minutes.
Very
Yeah.
strange camps. Around the world, these little cabins are going up, and some local news crews didn't do the best job of covering up the open pipes leading into each of the cabins. Complete with an air pressure PSI indicator, there's a manual turn lever and an open pipe that would allow nefarious officials to easily pump noxious or incapacitating gas on a cabin by cabin.
But one of the scariest parts is this part right here.
So it sounds like they want this guy to stay here longer, which is concerning for me because he's stayed here for 14 days.
During the pandemic.
Mate, you gotta take me somewhere fucking else! Calm down or you're gonna get fucking gassed. Fucking do it then! Alright.
And how could we ever forget the whistleblower from within the manufacturing process? A tradie who was involved.
But yeah, I mean, I don't know if he was going to gas him with the thing or he just might fucking, hit him with pepper spray or something like that and he called it gas. But yeah.
Or tear gas or some shit.
Yeah. But they were making these little fucking camps throughout all of COVID.
Yeah.
You think they just went away?
Well, yeah, and Australia had a bunch of them.
Yeah.
Oh, in that video, it talks about in Hawaii, they have, it's called Kahali. There's a village named Kahali where they had he was lieutenant governor at the time, Josh Green, the community built all these little huts types things for the homeless people because they're like, we need to get these homeless people off the streets. And now they're talking about putting the people from the Maui fires in them because they were saying that pretty much all the people who lost their house in the Maui fire aren't underneath some jurisdiction for some type of aid, or like they don't meet the criteria for some type of government aid to get their houses back. I was like, what the
That's fucked up. Yeah, that the hell.
And it was Josh Green saying it. It wasn't like the guy that was narrating saying it. It was actually the lieutenant governor saying it. I was like, oh my goodness gracious.
That's fucked up.
Here we go. He said the infrastructure was put in place during COVID and they ain't gonna waste time on that money in tech. Yep. Lordy be. I don't know. I'm feeling very, very nervous about this next year.
Yeah, I kind of am too.
I haven't had, I used to have a lot of anxiety and things like that, and I haven't had an anxiety attack in a very, very long time. And I don't know why, but today I was in the middle of my walk and I was just like, I just couldn't. I had an anxiety attack because I'm just like, it just doesn't feel, something doesn't feel right. Like it just feels off. I don't know. That's how I'm feeling. I don't know about all you.
Nah, lately it's been pretty all right with me, but no, I hear you. I mean, it happens.
You know why you don't like President Newsom? No. Don't.
I
He
can.
reminds me of like Norman Bates, like American Psycho. Like,
Oh yeah, absolutely. He's the fucking dollar store Bradley Cooper. But
Limitless Bradley Cooper, like, or
yeah, right.
like Silver Linings Playbook Bradley Cooper.
I don't know. You're getting
Silver
too
Linings
girly.
Playbook. Bradley Cooper. Drunk crazy person.
I can see Newsom trying to run because I mean he did just go to like China not too long ago.
Mm-hmm.
And he's done shit before. I think whenever Biden left the country, he went to the White House for like however long, whenever that shit happened. Yeah.
Yeah.
So it seems like he's trying to make
Patrick
moves.
Bateman, not Norman Bates.
Oh yeah, Patrick Bateman.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's like the dollar store American Psycho, really more. Yeah.
Yeah.
I can see that.
I don't know. Like, well, I say it as many times. Anytime Gavin Newsom is brought up, he was married to Kimberly Guilfoyle.
Mhm.
Okay, they wanted to make him and Kim the next John and Jackie.
Is yet to come. She's fucking yelling out into the void. Fucking
Yes. They wanted to make them the next John and Jackie. They did. The Democratic Party wanted to do it. They built him up for it. And then Kim was like, he's a weirdo. They got divorced. Then all of a sudden there was this whole big thing where people were like, hey, Gavin, you need to kind of chill it out, like dating all these 18-year-old girls and like get your shit straight. And then he finally did. And he married an age-appropriate woman. And now they're rolling him back out again.
Mm-hmm.
But what are they gonna? So then here's my thing though. What would they do for VP? Like, because a VP and a president cannot be from the same state, so they would have to get Kamala Harris out of there.
I don't know. That's a good question. I mean, they would figure it out. I don't know
Unless,
who exactly they would have run.
unless she like changes her address to like Virginia or Maryland, her
Yeah,
residency.
and I could also see them trying to last minute still throw what's her bitch, Big Mike up in there, Michelle Obama, even though she says that she doesn't ever want to be political. You know that if she ran, she would probably even beat Trump, to be honest. I mean,
I
I'm
have a
sorry, I think
feeling-
it would maybe happen.
I have a feeling it might be Hill girl, Hillary, my girl.
Oh, Hillary Clinton?
Because this is the reason why. She's doing circuits now. You're seeing her kind of like a little bit in the media, a little bit in the periphery, but she's like still there. And I think she's kind of dipping her toe in the water. Whether or not they're going to put her in as president, no. I think they would do her as VP and try to put in
Ooh.
Newsom.
I could maybe see that, but man, Hillary, her ego, she's like Trump with an ego. I don't think that she would
and within
take
the first
VP.
6 months of Gavin's administration, there'd be some type of assassination attempt. you know,
Yeah.
that would
Oh,
cover
he
up.
fell down the stairs, like
You
all
know?
of them.
The Clinton
So-
siding would happen.
Oh,
And there's
that is
Hill
true.
Dog,
Yeah.
number one, king of the hill, in her fancy pantsuit.
Yeah, that would be interesting. That would make more sense. And I don't. RFK is getting like 24 points in some states and shit, but
Yeah.
he needs to just fucking sit down.
No, he needs to stay.
But you think he's gonna hurt Biden more? Really? I don't know.
I think so.
Maybe.
I do.
Then it's just gonna be who are the Democrats gonna put in that it's gonna take votes away from old boy. But I will say this: RFK is making people think more about all vaccines and shit. Even though he says that he's not anti-vax, but he wants them to be taken care of properly, which I guess they still legally really aren't. By if you hear his interviews on
No.
shit, which I agree with him on some of that other shit, but man, no, he's a crazy lefty guy still. So I'm never gonna vote for
Yeah.
him. But yeah.
No, I definitely I was listening to the Alex Jones show today. I haven't listened to him in a while.
Turn the friggin' frogs gay.
Yeah, well, so it's funny that you say that because so Alex Jones was talking to Mark Dice. Mark Dice has a new book out. It's like called The War Against Conservatives or something like that. Let me plug
Yeah,
it.
I like I
correctly.
watch his shit on YouTube, Mark Dice.
Yeah, he had a book about the media like back in 2016. It was so good. I read it so quickly. But Mark Dice was talking with Alex Jones about different things. And his book is called
Who?
The War on Conservatives. Here, I'll bring it up so people can see it.
I really
He does
don't
not
care about
endorse
either
us,
Israel or
but-
Palestine, to be honest. They can both
There
get
we go.
fucked.
Oh, but they were talking about how now in interviews that RFK has been doing, he's been talking about how atrazine and how like different things that are being put into our food, into our water is really bad. And atrazine is what Alex Jones was talking about when he was saying they make the freaking chemicals in the water, make the frogs make the freaking frog
RFK's like,
gay.
it's gonna turn your freaking kids gay.
Yeah,
That's what they're
well,
putting in the vaccine.
because it's the atrazine, and I do suggest that anybody that actually he watched his show, Alex Jones show today. It was actually really good. He had Judy Makowitz. I think I said her, but Dr. Judy Makowitz on. She's really good. She was part of the pandemic. She was the main doctor in the pandemic documentaries. Pandemic 1, and then whatever the second one was called. I don't remember. It was good. I haven't talked to humans in a while, so I'm very chatty today. And
I haven't
just want
talked to
to
humans in a while.
apologize.
No, that's fine.
That's why I stopped talking.
I got my popcorn. I'm ready to chat all day.
I'm looking at some of the lists, thinking about what to bring up next.
Oh, but we did talk about. Did we talk about Ukraine? We talked about Ukraine and
Yeah.
Zelensky.
Yeah.
Well, Pete Buttigieg
Can you
is
please
over
give
there.
us credit, and we will give you
Yeah.
money.
And Pete Buttigieg is over there visiting with Zelensky for some reason. But the House had made a resolution to make
It already
Pete
is. It's also
Buttigieg's
going to it's also going to Hamas. So no matter what,
Yeah.
doesn't matter where you think our textile. We're funding everything, dog. That's
Yeah.
us. That's us. USA, the good old war machine. Kill everything.
Oh yeah. But the House had decided, what is it? They decided that they're going to make decrease Pete Buttigieg's salary to only
Pete Booty
$1.
juice.
Yeah, they moved to reduce his salary to only $1. So I think
Good.
that's funny.
Like you
Anyway.
suck.
That's all I had there. They censored Rashida Tlaib yesterday, last night, today.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Which I mean,
James Comer.
it's setting a stupid precedent. It's dumb. Like
Yeah, I do agree with that. I mean, I don't agree with what she's been saying and stuff.
yeah, but they shouldn't
But
be doing this censoring shit. Now it's setting a stupid precedent for
no.
they're gonna do it. The Democrats are gonna start doing it. Like it's gonna get dumb. It just stop it already.
Yeah. James Comer put out for a subpoena of Hunter Biden, James Biden, and somebody else. And they're looking to subpoena other people close to the Bidens, like Haley Biden, Tony
Yeah.
Bobulinski, and stuff like that. So, yep. Things are rocking and rolling. It's getting spicy.
Right. I know that there's supposed to be. I thought there was supposed to be a bunch of shit going in front of the Supreme Court soon. I know that we were talking about one case that could go in front of them, but I thought shit was going to be hitting them here pretty soon. I
Oh,
can't remember.
real quick about the whole Palestine Israel thing. It's just a quick little tidbit. I saw a video of Angela Davis, and I think she's like one of those like liberal. She's a Democrat activist, liberal activist. She was talking in a kind of like a conference, like a video conference, about how excited she was that the liberal activists had taken over the pro-Palestine movement. So
Okay.
how
Yeah.
the socialists have
Yeah.
taken over the pro-Palestine messaging. So I thought that was
Mhm.
interesting. And,
Yes,
and like
they have.
openly being like, hey, let's clap for ourselves, our us Marxists, for taking over the pro-Palestine movement.
Mm-hmm. Of course. Yeah. Well, I mean, the only other thing really major was yeah, what's it called? The Nashville shooter manifesto came out. I don't even feel like reading it. You guys could look for it on Twitter. I'm sure everyone's heard it, maybe heard or read by now. It's just it's fucking what you kind of expected. But it it's just it, yeah. It is that yeah, you'll find it on Twitter or wherever on Google. Crowder somehow got it.
Yeah, I think I actually listened to that whole broadcast that he was talking about, like,
Yeah, I ended up listening to it. But
mhm.
it's just it's like I mean, yeah, I could read it. I just don't feel like it, to be honest. If you want to or somebody else wants
No.
to.
I think what's interesting more about anything is the reaction to it. Because within the first few hours after it came out, everyone was like, "Oh, is it
Yeah.
authentic?"
I'm not
Blah, blah,
surprised if he
blah.
bought the 3 pages, yeah.
I don't think he didn't I don't think he bought it. I know that one of the narratives out there was that what's her face?
Oh, yeah, we probably shouldn't. They'll take us down, yeah.
Candace Owens said that she heard that they had bought it, but
Mhm.
all I know is that as of 4 hours ago or so, Crowder came out on Twitter saying that 7 Nashville officers were placed on administrative leave in connection to the release of the Nashville Manifesto. And he says the powers that be are more concerned about finding the leaker than they are about the content of Aubrey Hale's anti-white manifesto. Interesting.
Where is it? Where is it? Fucking Yeah, that shows
have
you
to
how
say
much
this.
corruption there is. How that just keeps showing you how much corruption there is. That's ridiculous.
Yeah. I don't think it's I don't think it's entirely an anti-white manifesto.
Not
I
no,
think
not really. I mean,
it's more of a socialist, communist. He hate the bourgeois
yeah.
manifesto, and like and like the whole was it the DEI CRT shit or the SEL stuff that's being pushed into schools.
Yeah.
Like, oh, we should hate the
Uh-huh.
people because they have privilege, and they just
Right.
happen to be white.
Right. Yeah.
Like, you know,
Doesn't make any fucking sense.
no. I mean, I don't know. I was watching the whole thing go down on Monday, and it was just weird. You got Jeremy Boring, like, just basically dogging Crowder the whole, like, in a whole tweet, and then being like, but at least he, like, brought this stuff to light, I guess.
I guess.
I guess. And then everyone's like, no, it's not real. And then the mayor's like, no, it but we're gonna investigate and put people on leave, but it's not real.
Oh, but it
But
is.
it is.
Yeah.
Yes, I want to know about these videotapes too, because I want to see what's out there on them. I don't know. The whole thing's just weird. It's
Yeah, it is.
awful. At the same time, oh, I had put in an article. I really need to stop talking. I'm like,
Oh, that's all right.
I put in an article just to give some context about what was even going on, even like a few weeks before this was leaked. So, let me put this in here, and I want to show you all because I think it's actually very important to understand that just a mere weeks before this was actually leaked, this is what was going on in the case. And it's talking about what will happen to the documents about the Covenant case, the judges to decide the path after the hearing that was today. Now, this came out October 16th of this year.
Mm-hmm.
So, a 3-judge panel in an appeals court will decide the future path of the Covenant school shooters documents. This case has been set in limbo. talks about what happened. And it says 5 different groups have asked the court to release all the documents Metro Police obtained from the shooter. All 5, the Tennessee Firearms Association, the National Police Association, the Tennessee Star, the Tennessean Newspaper, and Senator Todd Gardenhire, have argued continuously for the release of all the documents, and those petitioners were the reason why the case was sent to the appeals court. Now, it says that the position of the Covenant families and survivors is to keep the records closed. My question is, why would they want to keep it closed if it could potentially be something that could be helpful to other people, and to like possibly not have something like that happen again, or be something that people could be out on the lookout for? That's what I want to know, because in some of this, like advocacy for the Covenant families and things like that, there's something called the Uvalde Foundation, and they've put their arm around this and have been like, no, don't release it, don't release it, don't release it.
Really?
So yeah. And so I don't know. So in the summer, the Covenant school parents filed statements in regard to the shooter's writings in hopes of demonstrating that the harm that would come from releasing the shooter's documents. Of the statements, 2 came from parents who lost their children that day. That's sad. The Metro Police said that the shooter had several journals detailing and I just want to point that out real quick. Detailing plans for the shooting and have been planning the attack for months. So far, police have indicated that it would take a year to analyze all of these writings and documents from the shooter. As of this summer, the writings still in possession of the Metro Nashville Police Department. Yeah. Now, so here's another thing. As of this summer, the writings still in possession of the Metro Nashville Police Department would go into a newly established Covenant Children's Trust.
Yeah, I don't know.
I think that's weird. Like, I would it be something that it was like they could have possession over it, so it would never come to light, type of thing, unless they wanted it to.
Money laundering shell company.
When police searched the shooter's car and home, the day of the shooting, they collected dozens of things, including guns, a suicide note, journals, and more. It's not clear when, if ever, those documents would make it into the hands of the families. Right now, all the documents are in police custody. And now that was October 16th.
What's up?
So, I don't know.
Well, yeah. I don't know. I guess we're going to hopefully see more of that as it comes out. Like you said, multiple journals. And we only just saw 3 pages of whatever. So who knows how much crazy shit there is in there. Davey, why are you so fucking silent? Because your computer's running like a snail?
No, I'm just
listening.
You haven't said shit for like 20 minutes. Like...
I'm just trying not to interrupt Mama J. Every time I interrupted, she looked like she wanted to punch me. So I was just like, I'm just going to sit in the corner quiet. Every time I said something, she snapped and looked at me like, shut the fuck up. And I was just like, okay, I'm just going to sit here and eat Kit Kats then and let her go.
Fine. I had a lot to say. But I have one more thing to say on it. That's it. I promise. So, if you actually look at those 3 documents that like the Crowders people had put out there, you can tell that they are from different journals. One is from one of those, it's a spiral note. I like paper. And one is from a spiral notebook, and the other one is from a composition notebook, and you can just tell by the binding. So it's coming from different notebooks. I'm just
She went forensic
y'all
files on fucking notebook paper.
I did. My forensic analysis concludes that it was a Mead composition notebook marble.
This was in fact
in
from a
black.
5-star notebook.
Yes. Top flight wired notebook.
Top flight security of the world, Craig.
So yeah. This is what happens when I'm really, really prepared for a show, and I apologize.
No, that was all good. Good. Yeah, we're about done. Yeah, because we're about almost at like an hour 20. I don't know if there's any certain other things that anybody wants to bring up that I don't know that's important.
One more thing.
Well,
since you mentioned it.
No, I was just gonna mention real quick. So there was like some election craziness going on in Pennsylvania as well as Kentucky. I think in Pennsylvania, they said that people were outraged because they were put in their vote and their votes were flipping.
Not
In
surprising.
Kentucky, there was 2 precincts within Louisville, Kentucky, very big city there.
Louisville.
Louisville. That's how you're supposed to say it, apparently. It's not
Louisville.
Louisville. If you say Louisville, you're stupid. I was promptly
didn't say
told that the
Louisville.
first time I ever said it from my Indiana husband, and he said, you say Louisville. Or you get cracked around here. And I was like, okay.
It's like when somebody says Illinois, I'm like, I just want to be like, oh my god.
But 2 of the precincts in Louisville had to be shut down because of a gas leak. One was in a school, but they didn't shut down the school. I don't know.
They're like, fuck them
And then-
kids.
Yeah, whatever.
Yeah, they'll be all right.
Oh, go to sleep. Go to sleep, children. Take a nap. You'll be
It's
fine.
It's just sleepy time.
Yeah. And just a week before the elections happened in Connecticut, there was a judge who actually overturned a primary that was going to happen this week because it was found that the current mayor of this certain city in Connecticut, one of his supporters were stuffing ballots in the absentee ballot place. So the
Can
judge
you
was like,
imagine how much that was
yeah.
happening during fucking the 2020 election? Man.
Yeah. So that's all I had.
There we go. You got anything, Davey?
No, I think she covered it all.
All right. Covered everything. All right. Let's bring this on. Yeah, we might be back on tomorrow. Yeah, 2 Jacks, 1 Scotch. Catch us tomorrow, same time, 7 p.m. Central, 8 p.m. Eastern, on Rumble only. Well, I'll probably throw it on here also on YouTube. But yeah, that's about it. You guys want to say your social medias and blah blah blah? I'm not even trying to.
Just catch me on Twitter at MW
Yeah.
Troublemaker. That's
Yeah.
it. All my links are in there. All our links are in there.
You can catch me at Suburban Mama 1. That's Suburban Mama, the number 1 on X. And you can find me, Davey, and Jack every ish Sunday on the Weekend Hangover. We have had some issues in the past few weeks with like stuff.
Scheduling.
I had my kid I didn't tell y'all, my kid literally, the reason
the
why
music.
I didn't do Sunday is because he literally threw up all over me all day last
Oh.
Friday. Like he did not feel good. All he wanted me to do was hold him. So I'd hold him and I'd be like, you're okay. And then all of a sudden he just throw up all over me. And I was just like, Yeah, I'm gonna need a few days to recoup from this and
Yeah.
make sure that my house doesn't smell like baby vomit. So
Yeah, that sucks. Oof.
yeah. I felt so bad. I've never seen him so sick. And it was from Lidl milk, like from milk.
Oh.
He had food poisoning. Poor thing. My
Ooh,
fault.
that sucks.
Yeah, he's fine now. Thank God. But it was bad.
Yep.
I cried.
I cried.
Well, I cried when he took a nap because I was like, oh, he's finally asleep. But I cried.
Well, no more of that. And yeah, you can catch me here next week. You fuck social media stuff. But yeah, hopefully we'll be trying to get more guests to be coming on. And if you guys know anybody that you want to have on, and you can get a hold of them also, send them one of these episodes. Tell them to come on to the podcast. Like to have them on, whoever. We're just trying to figure out more fucking people to have on. But yeah, beyond that, we will see you next week. Love y'all.